Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tassif here. Welcome to a brand new live stream. I apologize. I am a little late. I had some tech issues right before I started, and so it took me about 5 minutes to fix it. So I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad that my viewers are here. And if you are watching this, please write something in the chat window and introduce yourself. We will be going into the main discussion soon here in a minute or two. But let's use the first minute or two for introduction. So who's here, my friends? Participate in the live chat window. I would appreciate that. And what I'm going to do is, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to write, welcome to my live stream. Please introduce yourself. Welcome to my live stream. Please introduce yourself. My friend Terry is here. Terry from South Dakota. Thank you, Terry, for always supporting my channel. Good to see you. And let's see who else is here. We're going to go into the discussion here. It's a very important discussion that we are going to be having today. As you can tell by the title of the live stream, a looming crisis. Will the U.S. economy face another big shock? What is this looming crisis? What is this big shock that the U.S. economy may or may not face? I'm going to be discussing it, but I usually wait for a minute or 2 or 3 minutes for people to tune in. Jet is here. Jet, welcome. If I remember correctly, Jet is from Pennsylvania. If I'm wrong, please correct me, Jet, but good to see you. Just is here. Mr. Jerry 101 is here. Hello. Jet writes, yes, PA. All right. So my friends, people are joining. So if you're watching, if you're tuning in now, please introduce yourself in the live chat. I'm going to go into the discussion and then I'll pause every now and then to catch up with your comments and your questions. So please participate. I appreciate it. Mr. Jerry 101 writes greetings. Thank you so much, Mr. Jerry 101. Glad to see you're here. All right, my friends, a looming crisis. Will the U.S. economy face another big shock? My friends, there is a looming crisis, a crisis that could rock our country, a crisis that could lead to massive disruptions in the market. What is that crisis? I will tell you in just a minute. In just a minute. I'm here to draw your attention to this crisis. I want you all to know about this, which is why I'm discussing this tonight. And I want you all to pay attention because there could be devastation in our economy. And so it's important for all of us as concerned American citizens to pay attention. So without further delay, let me tell you, my friends, what exactly is going on. Here it is. There is a possibility that 45,000 dock workers at 3 dozen U.S. ports may go on strike soon. What does that mean for our economy? I am going to be sharing a lot of information with you. But understand this, there's a real possibility that 45,000 dock workers at 3 dozen U.S. ports, seaports, U.S. ports may go on strike soon. Yes, you heard that correct. 45,000 dock workers. And you may be asking what these sports are. It's going to be a very reasonable question to ask. It's going to be a valid question. If you ask, what are these sports? What are these sports? Where are these sports? We're talking about ports from Maine to Texas. Maine to Texas. Eastern ports, Gulf Coast ports. From Maine to Texas. Reportedly, these ports together handle close to half of the country's seaborne imports. Can you imagine that? Just think of the volume. Just think of the volume of cargo we are talking about here. AD writes, cite your sources, please. AD, great question, AD. Great question. AD is asking me, cite your sources. I expect that question from my viewers. Well, you pick your favorite source. Fox Business, PBS News, Reuters. You pick your sources. Wherever you're going to be looking, you're going to find the information that I'm talking about. 45,000 dock workers at 3 dozen U.S. ports may go on strike. And what's going to happen? What is going to happen? As I said, reportedly, these ports from Maine to Texas, you know where Maine is? If you don't know where the state of Maine is on the map of the United States, just look up the map on Google. You can look at Google Maps or just do a search on the internet. Look at the map of the United States. You can see where Maine is. You know where Texas is, and you just think of the long coastline between Maine and Texas. It is a huge coastline, long, on the east and on the Gulf Coast. Huge, huge, huge coastline, my friends. As I said, 3 dozen U.S. ports. And together, these ports handle nearly half of the country's seaborne imports. So just imagine, my friends, just imagine what will happen if 45,000 dock workers stop working. What will happen if 45,000 dock workers stop working? Can you imagine the economic devastation that will take place? Can you imagine what will happen to the supply chain? Somebody mentioned supply chain. I'm paying attention to the live chat window as I'm speaking, and somebody mentioned supply chain already. So just try to understand what will happen to America's supply chain if 45,000 dock workers go on strike. I'm going to pause for a little bit. I want to make sure that I'm reading your comments. I have a lot more to share. I am just getting started. Lots of information, lots of facts. I'm sharing with you the truth, my friends. You can ask me what my sources are. I will answer. And you're connected to the internet, which is why you're watching this, right? You can just do a search. You can just do a search and you'll find all the information. But over here, I'm not only sharing the facts, I will also share with you my views, my analysis, which is why I'm doing this live stream. So let me pause, and I'm going to read your comments and questions. Fresh Take 01 writes, nice suit, my friend. Thank you so much. Thank you, Fresh Take. I appreciate that. It's a very nice coat. I like it. Not a very new one. I've had it for a few years. It's nice. I like it. It's not a complete suit. It's just a separate coat. But thank you so much. I appreciate that. Uh, all right. Let's see. Mr. Jerry 101 writes, what is the time frame? Mr. Jerry 101, I appreciate your question. I appreciate your question. You're asking what is the time frame? Exactly. When we're talking about a possible strike, obviously the question is when, if this strike does take place, when is it likely to start? I'm going to give you the date. Actually, let me jump ahead a little bit. October 1st is when the strike may start. But before that, I have a lot more to say. I'm going to go into the details. So stay with me. Lawrence writes, you are looking good tonight. Thank you, Lawrence. I appreciate that. Thank you so very much. Sassy writes, did you start the conversation yet? Yes, Sassy, I started the conversation, and I'm very happy to see that you're here. Thank you for always supporting my channel. And thanks for being here. Let's see. Mr. Jerry is the one who wrote supply chain. So thank you, Mr. Jerry. David writes, blessings to everyone. Thank you, David, for being here. Let's see. Terry writes, my friend Terry Dunlap from South Dakota writes, remember the jam up on West Coast during COVID? Do you remember that? I remember that. Terry, thank you for bringing that up. Fresh Take 01 writes, did you shout me out? Fresh Take, I did mention your name. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Lots of viewers are here. Anirudh is here. Salted Fishing is here. Computer G is here. Otuku is here. Blue Machine is here. Sublime is here. Sai Arjun is here. Who else is here? Stoic Student. I can't read that. AD is here. I mentioned AD before. Paul is here. Hello, Paul. Who else? Lots of viewers. Thank you, my friends. By the way, if you're watching this, please subscribe. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. If you're here for the second or the third or the fourth time, but you have not subscribed yet, the question is, why haven't you subscribed? Please subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button. Give this video a like, all right? I would appreciate it. Maga writes, hello, Tosif Anam. Hello, Maga. Appreciate it. All right, my friends. Can we afford such a crisis? Can we as a country afford such a crisis? I want you to answer that. Answer that in the live chat. If 45,000 dock workers in 36 American ports go on strike, can we afford, can we the consumers, can we the average Americans, can we the American citizens, the voters, the consumers, can we afford such a shock in the economy? Mayhem writes, absolutely not. That's correct. We cannot. We cannot afford this. John Birchman writes, no way. We cannot afford this, my friends. We cannot. MAGA writes, no, we can't. Red writes, no. Sublime writes, no. We can't. We cannot. We have suffered a lot since the COVID outbreak. We have, and my friend Terry mentioned COVID. We have suffered a lot. We, the American people, we have suffered tremendously since COVID. Financial suffering, right? You know, our finances have been adversely impacted. Also, a lot of emotional suffering too. When people had to stay home, they were forced to stay home. When teenagers, young students, they had to stay home. They couldn't go out and enjoy sports. They couldn't associate with, their classmates and their friends. People were social distancing, which, by the way, is absolutely a ridiculous policy, social distancing. Now that I think about it, in retrospect, we know it was wrong. Okay, that social distancing did a lot of damage. So people suffered financially during COVID, But people also suffered emotionally, right? Because we are supposed to be social. We're supposed to interact. We're supposed to meet and shake hands, and you know, and we can do that. So many people in so many states were forced to stay inside, wear masks, and it was just horrible. So we have suffered a lot since the COVID outbreak. We have seen, if we talk about supply chain, we have seen how store shelves became empty. Do you remember that? Do you remember that you go to the store, look for your essential items, and you could see that the shelves are empty. The shelves are empty. Pablo is asking, you vaccinated? Pablo, I'm going to answer that question, okay? Pablo is asking me, you vaccinated? Pablo, I am proud to tell you, and I'm proud to tell everyone who's watching, that I am not vaccinated against COVID-19. I did not take the COVID vaccine. I believe in medical freedom. I believe that I can make my own decisions. I have the freedom to do so, and I chose not to get the COVID vaccine. There's my answer. Papa Smurf writes, smart man, thank you so much. Thank you. Maga writes, good for you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Mr. Jerry 101, I bet you like my answer, Mr. Jerry 101. Thank you so very much. You know I have a lot of friends who went and took the vaccine. Good for them. If individuals decide to take the vaccine, it's their decision. I don't want the government telling me what to do. I did not allow the government to dictate what I'm going to do, and I chose not to take the vaccine. I chose not to take the COVID vaccine. It is my decision, and to this very day, I am proud of the decision that I made. Those who got the vaccine, it's your decision. It's your decision. And I actually wrote against the vaccine mandate. I absolutely oppose the vaccine mandate. The government should not be telling us whether we should take a vaccine or not. It's my decision. So, Pablo, I answered your question. You asked me, you vaccinated. I answered, I am not vaccinated against COVID-19, and I'm proud of the fact that I am not vaccinated against COVID-19. I believe in natural immunity. I did have COVID. And I believe in natural immunity. Okay? So my friends, if you oppose vaccine mandate, and if you support medical freedom, please like this video. Give it a thumbs up. Give it a like. Support a freedom-loving American. I am here speaking fearlessly. I'm sharing the truth. I'm sharing the facts. I'm bringing to you the latest updates about issues that matter. I'm sharing my views, doing so fearlessly. And I appreciate each and every one of you for being here, for supporting my channel. So please subscribe and stay connected, and give this video a thumbs up. 24 likes already. Can we get it to 50, my friends? Thank you so very much. So, as I was saying, if we remember what happened during COVID, we saw how store shelves became empty. We saw how people struggled to find basic necessities. We saw how badly the supply chain was disrupted. And to be honest with you, I think that we still have not completely recovered from the supply chain disruption that we experienced during COVID outbreak. We still have not recovered fully from the supply chain disruption that we experienced during COVID outbreak. And now, there's a real risk that a major disruption to our supply chain may happen again. And that's why I put the title of the live stream as "A Looming Crisis, Will the US Economy Face Another Big Shock?" Because there's a real possibility that there may be a major supply chain issue if 45,000 dock workers decide to go on strike at 3 dozen US ports from Maine to Texas. Anyone who's joining right now, if you have missed the earlier discussion, we are 21 minutes into the live stream. If you're joining right now, let me repeat very briefly what we are talking about. We're talking about the possibility that 45,000 dock workers at 3 dozen US ports from Maine to Texas may go on strike, and think about what that will do to our supply chain. Juan writes, "Good evening, sir." Juan, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. John writes, "Dude is just lying nonstop." John, I'm not lying nonstop. I'm not lying. I'm telling the truth. If you think what I'm saying are lies, all you have to do, John, all you have to do is search on the internet for news sources. Pick your favorite news source. Fox Business, Reuters, PBS. Pick your favorite and go and search for the news that I'm mentioning, and you will see, John, that I'm telling the truth. Because as I've said a number of times, I believe in the power of the truth. So every night I come before you on a live stream to share the facts and to analyze the current affairs and to share with you my views. So John, thank you for being here. I'm sorry that you think that I'm lying. I'm not. And many viewers here understand that I'm not, that I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth, John. My friends, the seaports are extremely important. The seaports are essential. We need the dock workers. We need the dock workers to continue working. And it is reported that the contract that the dock workers, that the union has, expires on September 30th. On September 30th. Let me go back a little bit. According to news reports, the International Longshoremen's Association, that is the union. The union is demanding higher wages and a complete ban on the automation of cranes, gates, and container movements that are used in loading and unloading of cargo at 3 dozen American ports. So that's the name of the union, the International Longshoremen's Association. And they're demanding higher wages and a complete ban on the automation of cranes, gates, and container movements that are used to load and unload freight at U.S. airports, at U.S. seaports, sorry, not airports, seaports. And you can look at the news reports, you will find the details. This is the truth, that there's a real possibility that thousands of dock workers may go on strike. So the contract expires on September 30th. So that means a strike could begin on October 1st of 2024. October 1st of 2024. October 1, 2024. What's going to happen, we don't know. But what we do know is that we are entering the holiday season. Autumn is coming. There's Halloween. Then there's Thanksgiving. Then there's Christmas and the New Year. So this is the time when volume of transactions take place. Volumes of transactions take place. People travel, people do holiday shopping. There's a rise in demand during the holiday season. The retailers expect a lot of customers. Many businesses wait for this time of the year to see a rise in sales. And here we are looking at a possible strike at 3 dozen US ports, which would severely hurt American businesses. Let me pause for a bit. I want to read your comments and questions. More viewers have joined. 124 people watching as of this very moment. 36 likes. Thank you so much. Can I get 14 more likes? Can we get it up to 50? I would appreciate that, my friends. See, if you support my channel, if you want to support my channel, the only way you can do so is by giving this video likes and by subscribing. So please do that, my friends. All right, let's see. I'm going to scroll back in the live chat window so that I can catch up with the comments, okay? I appreciate it. Pablo is writing fake news. It's not fake news, Pablo. It is real news. Real news. Jamie writes Trump 2024. David writes Trump Vance. Thank you. Thank you. Maga writes, some people don't like the truth. That is correct. I'm sharing the facts, I'm sharing the truth, but some people have a hard time accepting the truth. There are some people who don't want to accept the truth. You know, they see the truth and they run away from the truth. They see the facts and they close their eyes and they say, no, that's not facts. That's misinformation. No, it is the facts. It is the truth, whether you accept it or not. You can call it lies, you can call it misinformation, but what I'm telling you, it's all genuine information. It's all authentic information. So you can close your eyes, you can close your ears, you can run away. You can run away from the truth, but it's not going to change the truth. Kingsbury writes, Trump, thank you. Dustin writes, you wore the same suit yesterday. Dustin, I did not wear the same suit yesterday. Yes, I have a lot of blue coats, a lot of blue suits. Okay, I have a lot of brown suits and brown coats too. I wore a different one. The one I wore yesterday did not have the checks, actually. I like this one more, okay? But thank you so much. Tracy writes Trump 2024. Annette writes Trump 2024. Kingsbury writes Trump is winning. Parth Sandhu writes Trump 2024. Kingsbury writes Trump is president. He's going to be president again real soon. GS writes goodwill suit. What do you mean exactly, goodwill suit? You know, I am so entertained. I am so entertained by some of the comments that I see. You know, you think it's some viewers, they think they're trying to insult me, but you actually entertain me. I mean, I love the entertainment, so thank you. GS writes thrift shop. Ha! All right, okay. I need to show you the receipt, I guess, okay? Maga writes, I love it too, okay. Heavy Metal Patriot writes from 2024. Thank you. All right. GS writes thrift shop Goodwill. All right. Okay, cool. No, it is not. Actually, if you want to know where I got this from, as I said, it's not a new code. I got it quite a few years ago, but I got it from Nordstrom. Okay, I got it from the Nordstrom in Milwaukee area. Actually, there's a Nordstrom in Wauwatosa and in Wisconsin. Okay, so Wauwatosa is right outside Milwaukee. So that's where I got this from. I hope you like it. You know, you call it a thrift shop, Goodwill, whatever. Actually, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, okay, so you're saying thrift shop, Goodwill. This is not from a thrift shop. This is not from Goodwill. But what if people buy coats from Goodwill or thrift shop? Is there anything wrong with that? I mean, really? I mean, who goes to Goodwill? Human beings, right? Who goes to a thrift shop? Human beings, right? So I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand what's wrong with. I mean, real human beings go to Goodwill. Real human beings go to thrift shop. Human beings of flesh and blood like us. So I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand what's wrong with that. I don't really. I don't understand. Oh yeah, GS is writing, you're triggered. No, I'm not triggered. What I'm saying is that we must be sensitive. Okay, we must be sensitive. When you said Goodwill or thrift shop, you know, you were probably trying to insult me, but I'm not insulted. Okay, because the other day somebody said cheap suit, and I'm like, okay, what do you mean by cheap? So really, I mean, people here are trying to, call my clothes cheap or whatever. Doesn't bother me a bit. We must understand here one thing. We must understand that Americans are really having a hard time financially. There are people who can't even afford to buy new clothes. Okay, if there's a rip or a tear, they have to take a needle and some thread and repair it. I mean, that's how challenging times are for people. Okay, so you could have asked me, Tosif, where did you get the coat from? Or is it yours? Or did you borrow it? Or how much did you pay for it? How old is it? Or what brand is it? Or, stuff like that. I mean, those are fair questions. But the other day somebody said cheap suit. And today you're saying, thrift shop or whatever. I don't understand why. I really don't understand why. Okay? Yeah, I don't. We are actually here to discuss issues that matter, including the financial challenges that people face. Why am I talking about this looming crisis? Why am I saying, will the US economy face another shock? I'm saying it because there's a real possibility that we may have severe supply chain problems, which will mean that there will be shortage, which may mean that prices will go up, and it's just going to get worse. There's a real possibility if this strike happens. And as long as Biden and Harris are in office, things are not going to improve. And if Harris gets elected, things will not improve. Things will get worse. And there are many Americans who are standing outside food pantries, just because they cannot afford to put food on the table in spite of working 2 or 3 jobs. They are falling behind because the electricity bill keeps going up, because the heating bill keeps going up, because the auto insurance premium keeps going up, because the rent keeps going up, because a cost of maintaining your vehicle keeps going up. If you need a set of new tires for your vehicle, that goes up. Gas prices up. Everything's up. Okay? So people are struggling, and this is like, something that I've never seen before. I have been in the United States for many years. I came here in 2007, so I've seen people struggle in the 2007 and 2008 period. But what people are going through right now is intense, because for 4 years now, since Joe Biden came to office, we have been suffering from inflation and high gas prices and just overall uncertainty. So really, if people are struggling financially, there's nothing to be ashamed of. It's not because we're not working hard. It's just because the Biden-Harris team has caused devastation in our economy. So you're going to see more people going to thrift shops, okay, and looking for used clothes rather than being able to afford new clothes. You're going to see more people going to food pantries, people who never went to food pantries before, and there's really nothing to be ashamed of. It's the reality that the Biden, Harris, and the Democrats have given us. Okay, we are in this position. We are in this position because of Joe Biden, the worst president in the history of the United States. Okay, and if you agree with me, just write agree. Okay, agree. If you agree with me, just Joe Biden is the worst president in the history of the United States. But if Kamala Harris wins the election, then Joe Biden will no longer be the worst president, because Kamala Harris will then become the absolute worst president in the history of the country. Okay? Sassy writes absolutely agree. MAGA writes agree. Darlene writes agree. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Juan writes 100%. Thank you. Terry Dunlap writes agree, and Kamala will be worse. Thank you. Thank you so much for your support. Darian writes agree. Sassy writes absolutely she will. Yeah. That is correct. I'm gonna pause for a little bit so I can catch up with your comments. Seeking Serenity writes agree. Thank you. Alt writes agree. AC writes agree. Thank you. Tracy writes agree. Thank you for agreeing with me, my friends. Thank you. I'm sharing the truth here. All right, my friends, let's see. Let's see more comments. Note 1 writes, we all agree, brother. Thank you so much. Doug writes, I concur. Thank you. Thank you. Alt, thank you so much. I love your compliment. You're calling me cute. I appreciate that. Thank you. John writes, agree. Thank you. Sassy writes, Trump 2024. Thanks so much. Thank you. Thank you, my friends. Thank you. So, as I was saying, really, if you're struggling, if we are struggling, it's not really our fault, okay? It's not really our fault. It's because of the Biden-Harris administration. They have given us this gift called misery, okay? Okay? American people are seeing financial misery, economic misery, because of the Biden-Harris administration. We are in this position where people are struggling to put food on the table. People are struggling to get an oil change done for their vehicle. People are struggling to pay their rent. Why? Because of the Biden-Harris administration. All right? So, my friends, let me just say, as I was saying, our economy is in a very unstable condition right now. After years of Joe Biden's inflation, American consumers are looking for stability. People are looking for relief, okay? Americans are looking forward to the November 2024 election so that they can elect Donald Trump and help make America great again. Do you agree? Are you looking forward to making America great again? If you are, just write, as I am, make America great again. Let's show some support, my friends. Make America great again. Alton writes, absolutely. Longdon family writes, yes, MAGA. Mr. Jerry 101 writes, agree. Papa Smurf writes, MAGA. Thank you so much. Thank you, my friends. Thank you. Mac writes, MAGA. My friend Terry from South Dakota writes, MAGA. Gerlina writes, MAGA. Mario writes, MAGA. Alt writes, MAGA. Seeking Serenity writes, make America great again. I love it. Darlene writes, make America great again, Trump 2024. Thank you. So we are all looking forward to November 2024 so that we can elect Donald Trump and help make America great again. Because as you know, the Biden-Harris team has caused severe damage to our American economy. So American consumers are expecting better days ahead after suffering for nearly 4 years with the Biden-Harris administration in charge. But now we get this news, this horrible news of a possible strike. And if this strike takes place, our economy will once again be severely adversely impacted. Severely adversely impacted if this strike takes place. Christy writes, Trump for president. I love it. I love it. Trump for president. Thank you so much. My friends, we cannot afford this strike. We cannot afford, supply chain disruptions. If there is a strike, then there will be product shortages. There will be shortages on store shelves. Prices will go up even further. There may be unrest. There may be growing fears among consumers. There already are lots of fears and worries among consumers who are paying attention to the news. People who are watching what's happening. People who are paying attention to the news of this looming crisis, this looming strike in 36 U.S. ports from Maine to Texas. Those who are paying attention to this, they are worried. I am worried. If you ask me, Tausif, are you worried, Tausif? Tell me the truth, Tausif. Are you worried about what might happen if there is a strike? Yes, I am worried. I am very much concerned about our supply chain. I'm very much concerned about, our economy. So, my friends, I know people are going to react to this. It's normal. People are going to react. Maybe many people will go to the store and buy the essentials that they need and maybe stock up. There are many who are going to plan ahead. When people see that on October 1st there may be this major strike, people get worried. You never know what kind of shortages there may be. So plan ahead. Think about what products you may need. Think about what things you may need for your home, for your household, for your office, whatever. There will be many who will go and buy the essential items that they need. In case there's a strike, in case cargo doesn't make it from the ship to the store shelf, right? Because people remember the days of the COVID outbreak when even simple household items were in extremely short supply and people struggled to buy the things that they needed. Remember that? Remember that? Christy writes, Trump for president. I love it. I love it. Darlene writes, amen. Cubans for Trump writes, make America wealthy again. Cubans for Trump, thank you for being here. We have to make America strong again. We have to make America safe again. We have to make America healthy again. We have to make America wealthy again. And we have to make America great again, right? My friends, there's so much of uncertainty in this economy. So much of uncertainty. We don't want uncertainty. We want stability. We want certainty. We want peace. We want prosperity. We want economic security. We want economic opportunity. But in the Biden-Harris administration, with the Biden-Harris team in charge, we have uncertainty. Michael Brown is here. Michael Brown writes, Trump. Michael Brown, thank you for being here. Thank you, Michael Brown. Always good to see you. Papa Smurf writes, you should run for office. Papa Smurf, thank you. Thank you so much for your words of encouragement. Thank you so much for your vote of confidence. Well, one thing I can tell you, Papa Smurf, I am not on the ballot in 2024. So November 2024, when you go to the polling location, you're not going to find me on the ballot anywhere in America. I'm not on the ballot in November 2024. I don't know what the future has. We can never predict the future. We never know what the future has for us. But I can tell you, 2024, I am not on the ballot. But I am very grateful for the love and support that I get from all of you. Thank you. Thank you so much. So now, my friends, we have to wait and see. We have to wait and see if the Longshoremen's Union and the United States Maritime Alliance meet to negotiate. Are they going to meet and negotiate? We just have to sit and wait. And it seems that the American consumers are helpless in this regard. There's nothing we can do but wait. We have to find out if negotiations will take place and if negotiations will head in the right direction, if the negotiations will be fruitful, if the negotiations will lead to more stability. We don't know. We don't know yet. What we do know right now is that there's a lot of uncertainty. We have to wait. As Americans, we have to wait and see if the two entities, the Longshoremen's Union and the United States Maritime Alliance, which represents the ports, the Maritime Alliance represents the ports. We're going to have to wait and see if the two entities come to some kind of an agreement. Some kind of an agreement so that this looming crisis, this strike can be avoided. We don't want a strike. We don't want to see a strike because the strike will hurt America. We want an agreement. We want peace. We want fruitful negotiations, my friends. Did you know that for every day of strike at a port, it can take 4 to 6 days to clear up the backlog? I'll just let you absorb that number. For every single day of strike at a port, it can take 4 to 6 days to clear up the backlog. So can you imagine how much of losses there will be if a strike takes place? Can you imagine that? My friends, I'm going to pause for a little bit. I'm going to pause for a little bit, and then I will tell you what Joe Biden may or may not be doing about this. Let's pause for a little bit. I'm going to catch up with your comments. And I have a lot more to talk about, actually. So don't go anywhere. Every time I try to catch up with the comments, I actually have to, scroll back a little bit. By the way, if you have not subscribed yet, my friends, please subscribe. Help me reach a new milestone. Help me get to 2,700 subscribers. I would appreciate that. Right now, I'm at 2,688. So I need a few more subscribers to get to 2,700. I would appreciate that if I can get there. So let me know. This is really the only way you can support my channel, is by subscribing and staying connected, okay? And also by liking this video. I see 51 likes on this video so far. I know there are many people watching this right now, so if you like this video, it helps me reach a bigger audience. So 52 likes. Let's increase that number, my friends. I would appreciate that. All right, let's see. Barbecue Pitmaster writes, Democrats for Trump. I know a lot of Democrats are going to vote for Trump because a lot of Democrats are sick and tired of inflation and they miss the days of Trump, okay? They miss the stable economy. So a lot of Democrats will likely end up voting for Trump. So Trump's going to have a big victory November 2024. Claudia writes, just getting here. Glad I didn't miss you. Thank you, Claudia Greenwood, for being here. I appreciate it. Let's see. All right. I'm reading your comments. Thank you. Lots of comments. Sorry, I can't read all of that. Let's do one thing now. Can we, Dark Noble Sun writes Texas for Trump. Awesome. Hey, listen, let's do one thing. Just wondering, there are like 9,900 people here right now. I am wondering where you all are from. So let's write the state that you're from in the chat window. If you are from outside the United States, just write the name of the country. I'm from Wisconsin in the United States. John is from Missouri. Okay. Dark Noble Sun is from South Texas. All right. Juan is from Northern California. Paul is from Montana. By the way, Paul, there's an important U.S. Senate race in Montana. Republican Tim Sheehy running against Democrat John Tester. I look forward to seeing Tim Sheehy, Republican, win. That will help us regain the majority in the U.S. Senate. So let's defeat John Tester, Democrat John Tester in Montana. So Paul, thanks for joining from Montana. Carol Harris writes California. Alt account writes Texas. Program writes California. Jesse writes Ohio. Also a big Senate race in Ohio. Bernie Moreno running against Sherrod Brown. Bernie Moreno is the Republican. Sherrod Brown is the Democrat. So let's defeat Sherrod Brown. Let's elect Bernie Moreno. Ohio, please vote for Bernie Moreno. Papa Smurf writes Kentucky. I love Kentucky. Papa Smurf, thank you for joining. Let's see who else is here. I'm going to scroll back. Hold on one second. Michael Brown, always good to see you, Michael Brown. Claudia Greenwood is from North Carolina. Wonderful state of North Carolina. J.D. Vance was in North Carolina this week. Battleground state of North Carolina. But I'm pretty sure, I'm hoping that Trump wins North Carolina. So Claudia from North Carolina. MAGA writes Philadelphia for Trump 2024. I love Pennsylvania. I was sad to see the 2020 presidential election results, but hopefully this time Pennsylvania is going to vote for Trump, right? MAGA, Pennsylvania for Trump 2024. Thank you. Sassy's from Louisiana. Love Louisiana. Love Louisiana. Beautiful state of Louisiana. Sassy, always wonderful to see you. Troy is from Washington State. Who else? Troy, thank you for joining. Gregory's from Iowa. Iowa is a neighboring state because I'm in Wisconsin. So Gregory, from neighboring state of Iowa, thank you for joining. Danelle is from Detroit, Michigan. Another battleground state, Michigan. And hopefully Trump wins Michigan. So Danelle, thank you for joining. Michigan is also a neighbor. So thank you. All right. I can't pronounce your name. I think there's a viewer from California. Okay. Cheryl Brown is from Georgia. Oh, Georgia. I love Georgia. This time Trump's going to win Georgia. I'm hoping and praying that Trump wins Georgia. Thank you for joining. Vote for Trump. Thank you, Cheryl, for joining. Barbecue Pitmaster is from Texas. Torasa is from Michigan. Gregory is from Michigan. Let's see. Alton is from New York City. Alton from New York City. Thank you for joining. All right. Let's see. Jason is from Georgia. Wonderful. Gregory mentioned Iowa. Gerlina is from Oregon. Oregon, Trump 2024. Thank you, Gerlina. Let's see. Who else is here? Okay. All right. I think Hayden writes, Trump got Florida. Trump is going to win Florida. I'm hoping and praying. I think that's going to happen. We got a great governor in Florida, Ron DeSantis. He's awesome. All right. Ernest Thompson is here. Okay. Who else is here? Lots of viewer. A viewer named Z. Michelle. Okay. Salted Fishing writes, Louisiana for Trump. I love it. Susan Parker. Susan Parker is here. Susan, so wonderful to see you. If I recall correctly, Susan is from North Carolina. Is that correct, Susan? Susan, wonderful. Thank you for joining, Susan. Appreciate you being here. Mark McLean is here. Mark McLean from Oklahoma. Lovely state. I visited Oklahoma back in 2018. It's been a long time. Have to visit Oklahoma again. All right. Okay. AC Cruz writes, Phoenix for Trump. Love it. Jackie Carter writes, Trump Vance 2024. Jared Thompson is here from Texas. Jared writes, let's go, Trump. Susan Parker writes, North Carolina for Trump. I love it. All right, my friends. So as I was saying, by the way, don't forget to subscribe. Help me reach 2,700 subscriber mark. That'd be great. All right. So if you have not subscribed yet, please do so. Just hit subscribe. I need 9 more subscribers to get to 2,700. All right. So my friends, this looming crisis, this strike that may take place, what is Joe Biden doing about it? I mean, Joe Biden is the president, right? He is the POTUS, President of the United States, POTUS. So what is Joe Biden doing about this issue? Is he doing something to address this looming crisis, this strike that may happen? 45,000 dock workers may go on strike on October 1st. It will be devastating for the economy. So what is Joe Biden Joe Biden, the president, right? The president, what is he doing about this? It is reported, and you're going to be shocked. You are going to be shocked when I say what I'm about to tell you. Joe Biden reportedly does not plan to intervene in this matter to prevent a strike. He does not want to intervene. Joe Biden doesn't want to intervene. Can you believe that? We have a looming crisis, and Joe Biden doesn't want to do anything. Doesn't want to do anything. What does he want to do? Does he want to go to the beach and just like lay in the sun? Does he want to enjoy ice cream? What does he want to do, Joe Biden? It is reported that Joe Biden does not plan to intervene in this matter to prevent a strike. Can you believe that? Reportedly, a president has the authority to intervene in a matter like this, a matter of great significance. This is a labor dispute that could affect our national security. And so the president, in this case Joe Biden, can intervene. Joe Biden can intervene if he wants to. There's something called the Taft-Hartley Act. There's something called the Taft-Hartley Act. And under the Taft-Hartley Act, a president can impose an 80-day cooling off period and force the workers to be back on the job while negotiations continue. I'm going to repeat this, okay? Under the Taft-Hartley Act, a president can impose an 80-day cooling off period and force workers to be back on the job while negotiations continue. So that way there won't be any disruption. There won't be supply chain disruptions. And this is possible under the Taft-Hartley Act. But a Biden administration official said that they are not considering invoking the Taft-Hartley Act. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? A Biden administration official said that they are not considering invoking the Taft-Hartley Act. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So what if there's a strike? What's Joe Biden's plan? What is the Biden-Harris administration's plan if there's a strike? What's the plan? Who's going to suffer? Who is going to suffer? Who is going to suffer if there's a strike? The American people, right? The American people. The American people will suffer if there's a strike. American businesses will suffer. American consumers will suffer. And so what is Joe Biden's solution for this? If Biden doesn't want to invoke the Taft-Hartley Act, okay, if he doesn't want to do it, all right, maybe he has a better solution. What's his solution? What's his plan? What is he going to do about this? I mean, here we are, past midnight here in the Central Time Zone. It is September 19th already. We're just days away from October 1st. If there's a strike, if 45,000 dock workers go on strike at 3 dozen U.S. ports, what's Joe Biden's solution? What is he going to do? Okay, let me ask you. Joe Biden's not running for president. Kamala Harris is. So what is Kamala Harris's solution? Does Kamala have a plan? I mean, she may not be the president now, but she is the vice president. So what is her plan? How is she going to address this? My friends, let me tell you, there's absolutely no leadership No leadership in the White House. Absolutely no leadership in the White House. At a time like this, who do you miss? Who do you miss? Do you miss Donald Trump? Who do you miss? Do you miss Donald Trump? Do you want to see Donald Trump back in the office? Do you want to see Donald Trump in the White House? Do you want to see Donald Trump in the Oval Office? Do you want to see Donald Trump as the commander-in-chief of the greatest country in the world? Steve writes Trump. Sassy writes yes. John writes yes. Jazzy Star writes yes. Amanda writes poll. Okay, I'll do a poll. I will do a poll. Do you want to see Donald Trump back in the White House as the commander-in-chief of the United States? Okay, hold on. Question. Do you want to see Donald Trump back in the White House as the commander-in-chief of USA? All right? Start poll. Do you want to see Donald Trump back in the White House as the commander-in-chief of USA? Amanda, you asked for a poll, so I started a poll, Amanda. Let's vote, my friends. Let's vote. Terry writes, Harris can lose the election if they do nothing, and this strike goes on for a month before the election. Okay. My friend Terry from South Dakota shared her thoughts on that. Let's see. Juan writes, Trump 2024. Dark Noble Sun writes, yes. Anthony writes, Trump is coming back. Michael Brown writes, yes. Maggie writes, Trump. Dark Noble Sun writes, Trump is our best hope. Solomon writes, yes. Steve writes, yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, my friends. Sassy writes, Trump. Thank you. Overwhelming support for Trump, my friends. Thank you. All right. 59 votes in already. Wow. It's just been a minute or two. 60 votes already. Awesome. People overwhelmingly voting yes. And the question is, do you want to see Donald Trump back in the White House as the commander-in-chief of USA? Zeb writes Trump 2024. Johnny writes Trump. Thank you. Maga writes Trump all the way. Claudia writes Trump 2024. Sassy writes President Trump. I want to hear that again. President Trump. President of the United States, Donald Trump. I love it. Please keep voting, my friends. Please keep voting. And don't forget to subscribe. I need 3 more subscribers to get to 2,700 subscribers. So please, my friends, vote. And subscribe. Subscribe, my friends. And share with your friends too. Share my videos with your friends, my wonderful friends here. My wonderful friends, share my videos with your friends, okay? All right. Pablo is writing November 6th. You cry, my friend Pablo. You think I'm going to be crying on November 6th? Why? You think Trump's going to lose? You think Kamala is going to win? Kamala, a person who doesn't have a plan, who doesn't know what policies would solve the problems that we are facing. Kamala Harris and Biden, they're responsible for this inflation. They're responsible for the high gas prices. They're responsible for the border crisis. And you think that people are going to be voting for Kamala Harris for president? You think Kamala Harris is going to win? You think Trump's going to lose? That's not going to happen. Let me tell you what's going to happen. Trump's going to win, and Trump's going to make America great again, Pablo. That's what I'm telling you, Pablo. That's going to happen. Trump's going to win. November 6th, we will be celebrating Donald Trump's victory, okay? I'm hoping and praying. I understand that there are no guarantees, okay? I understand there are no guarantees. I don't have a crystal ball. I cannot tell you for sure what's going to happen, okay? I don't know magic. I cannot predict the future, okay? I cannot see the future. I don't have superpowers, but let me tell you what I'm hoping and praying will happen. I'm hoping and praying that Donald Trump will be victorious. Donald Trump is going to win, and on November 6th, hopefully, I will be able to do a live stream. I'm really hoping and praying that it will happen. I will do a live stream, and together we will all celebrate Donald Trump's victory, okay? That's why, my friends, I'm asking the question, do you want to see Donald Trump back in the White House as the commander-in-chief of USA? And 96 people have voted, 76% have said yes. So, Pablo, do you see the enormous support that Donald Trump is getting from the people? Do you see that? Do you realize everywhere there are Trump voters, okay? Okay, people are eagerly looking forward to voting for Donald Trump, okay? So who's going to be the next president? Who's going to be the next president? The initials are DJT, Donald John Trump. Do you understand that? Okay? It's not going to be KH. It's not going to be Kamala Harris, all right? Kamala Harris is going to be, she's the VP now, but she's not going to be the president. Not in 2024, okay? So January of 2025, do you know who's going to be sworn in to office as the president? Do you know who's going to be in the White House January 2025? January 2025. So if you win the election in November 2024, you get sworn into office in January 2025. And do you know who is it going to be? It's going to be Donald Trump, okay? So I think I've said enough. I hope you understand that, Pablo. November 6th, we're going to be back here, and we are going to be celebrating Donald Trump's victory. Wilberto writes, an awesome comment. Wilberto writes, Trump, best president ever. I love it, Wilberto. Let's see. All right. Let me see more comments. Gary writes, positive energies for Donald Trump. Absolutely. Positive energies for Donald Trump. I love it. Ducky Bubbles is here. Ducky Bubbles, you're talking about polls. Please look at the poll that I'm running. Overwhelming support for Donald J. Trump. All right, let's see. All right, let's see. Let's see, my friends. I'm going to read some comments here. Terry writes, DJ and JD, January 2025. I love it, Terry. Terry means Donald John Trump, DJ, and JD Vance, January 2025. Amazing, amazing. Thanks, Terry. Let's see. Mike writes, this man is American. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate your support. Thank you. Sassy writes, Trump. All right, let's see. All right. Robin writes Trump. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Robin. Wow. Anonymous 211 writes Trump 2024. Susan Parker writes Trump 2024. Thank you. That's awesome. All right. Okay. So, as I was saying, at a time like this, when there's a looming crisis, when there's the possibility of a strike that will severely adversely impact our supply chain, at a time like this, who do you miss? Donald Trump. If Trump was in office right now, he would fix this problem very easily. He would fix this problem. He's a bold and tough leader. He can take decisive action, and that is what we need right now, my friends. That is what we need. We need a leader who can solve problems. We are approaching the presidential election. November 5th. Presidential election, November 5th. But this strike may take place starting October 1st, before the election. So what will happen if the strike takes place? How is it going to affect the outcome of the election? Think about it, my friends. By the way, now I'm going to move on to a different topic, related but slightly different. I am so glad to see Donald Trump having a rally in New York. Are you? Are you happy that Donald Trump held a rally in New York? It's amazing, my friends. It is amazing. It is amazing. It is amazing. Trump is from New York. New York is a very blue state. We know that. Heavily Democrat. Lots of Democrats. By the way, the governor that New York has, Kathy Hochul, she's, as I've said a number of times before, worst governor in America right now, in my opinion, Kathy Hochul. It's a blue state with the worst governor in America. Gavin Newsom is also pretty bad. And I've been saying Jared Polis of Colorado. Jared Polis is actually running for the title of the worst governor, okay? I mean, if you look at his policies, that's the only conclusion you can draw. Yeah, Gavin Newsom, Kathy Hochul, Jared Polis. Just absolute, like, some of the worst governors in the country. So New York is a heavily blue state, and yet Donald Trump held a rally in New York. It is amazing. It is amazing. And this is not the first time that Trump held a rally in New York. Remember, back in May of this year, Trump held a rally in South Bronx. It was an amazing rally. And on Wednesday, September 18th, this week, he held a rally on Long Island. I know there are viewers from New York who are watching. Susan writes, Tossiv, do you know that Trump is going to Springfield and Aurora? Well, Susan, I heard that. I did hear that, Susan. So thanks for sharing that with me. I did hear that Trump is going to Springfield, Ohio. And he also said that he's going to Aurora, Colorado. Hold on one second, my friends. Oh, wow. I have crossed the 2,700 subscriber threshold. Thank you so much for your overwhelming support. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. You are all so wonderful. So as I was saying, Trump held a rally on Long Island, and reportedly Trump made a very bold prediction about the 2024 presidential election. 2024 presidential election. He said, we are going to win New York. Trump said that. Trump said, we are going to win New York, which is a blue state. Wow, I just saw an amazing comment from Barbecue Pitmaster, and I just have to mention that. So I'm pausing. Excuse me. I'm pausing for a little bit. I see an amazing. I don't know what to say. Barbecue Pitmaster. I'm kind of speechless. Thank you so much. Barbecue Pitmaster just wrote, Tausif Vivek 2028. Wow. So Barbecue Pitmaster is talking about a presidential ticket, and Barbecue Pitmaster is saying Tausif Vivek 2028. Wow. Now, Barbecue Pitmaster, I do have to mention one thing, because as I've said before, this channel is about facts. It's about truth. I believe in the power of the truth. I believe in facts. So I'll share one fact with you. And, you know, I appreciate the great honor that you've shown me by writing that comment. And I'm truly honored. You know, I am not eligible to run for president. You know why? Because I am not a natural born US citizen. I am a US citizen, but I'm a naturalized US citizen, not a natural born. So naturalized US citizens, they can run for Congress, they can run for Senate, they can run for governor, they can run for, you know, many offices, but they cannot run for US president. That's the only office. That's the only office that naturalized US citizens cannot run for. Everything else they can. Okay? But for a person to be able to run for US president, you have to be a natural born US citizen. I'm a naturalized US citizen. I became a citizen in 2014. So naturalized US citizens can run for many offices, including governor, including Congress, Senate, but they cannot run for president. So, you know, I appreciate your kind words. I appreciate your vote of confidence, but I just have to state the facts. So, Alt writes, Tausif, you should be Trump cabinet member. That is so amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you, Alt. I don't know what to say. You know, at some point, I become a little speechless because of all the overwhelming love and support that I get from you. So thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, thank you. All right, let's see. Mellow Bird writes, what time is it where you are, if you don't mind my asking? So I'm in the central time zone in America, so it is 12:30 a.m. So 30 minutes past midnight right now. Okay, let's see. Jay Renee writes, that's why Arnold never ran. Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger. He also, you know, he's a naturalized, I'm guessing, not natural born. So he can't run for president either. Sassy writes Trump 2024. Let's see. Okay. Jay writes, you can be a governor. Wow, Jay, thank you. Yeah, that is an office that a naturalized U.S. citizen can run for, the office of the governor, as I mentioned. All right, let's see. All right, my friends. Anonymous 211 writes, Trump train, Trump 2024. Thank you so much. All right. Let's see. Michael Brown, I appreciate your support too. I'm trying to read all the comments here. Sorry, I'm not able to read all the comments out loud because there are so many. So many. All right. Mellow Bird writes, and I would vote for you. Thank you, Mellow Bird. Thank you. I'm a proud Republican, my friends. Thank you so much. Susan writes, 100 in the chat now and 74 likes. Please click the like button. Thank you, Susan. Yeah, can we get to 100 likes? Can I get maybe like 28 more likes or 26 more likes? I would appreciate that. Vin writes, nice suit, very nice fabric. Thank you. Thank you. It's a very comfortable coat. Thank you. Nick writes, I'm here for the Tossif show. Nick, welcome. Thank you. Mellow writes, to assume you are in Illinois. Mellow Bird, I'm actually in Wisconsin. I'm not in Illinois. I'm in the neighboring state, okay? I'm in Wisconsin. Where in Illinois are you, Mellow Bird? I'm in southern Wisconsin. I'm in the city of Madison. So Illinois is a neighbor. Vin, thank you for liking my code. I appreciate that. All right, let's see. All right. Sassy writes, make America great again, Donald Trump. Mellowbird writes, oh, I'm in southern central Illinois. Okay. Yeah, I drove by. So back in 2017, my mom and I, we made a road trip. We went from Madison, Wisconsin to Nashville, Tennessee. So we drove through Illinois. And then in 2018, we made a road trip to Dallas, Texas. Just my mom and I, for Christmas, we went from Madison, Wisconsin to Dallas, Texas. So when we drove there, we took one route, and on the way back, we took a different route. So on the way back, we drove through St. Louis and then into Illinois and through Illinois back to Wisconsin. Loved the road trip. Susan Parker writes, Susan, thank you for your wonderful comment. I love it. Thank you, Susan. Thank you so much. I see so many great comments. I appreciate that. All right. Mellowbird writes, Effingham area. I don't know where that is, but I'm going to look it up on a map, Mellowbird. By the way, my friends, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my website and my email address I'm in the chat window. I'm going to pin the information so you all can look at it. So let's see. This is my website address, my friends. I'm going to pin it to the chat window so you can, if you're here for the first time and you want to know more about me, you're wondering like, who's this guy? His name is Tossif. All right, he's talking about politics and current affairs and what's going on in the country, but I want to know more about Tossif. So you can click on that link. What you can also do, I'm going to share my email address, all right? I always do that during the live chat because I know there are new viewers all the time. So I wrote my email address there. It is tossif@tossifanam.net. So you can email me if you want to, all right? All right, let's see. Smiley writes, road trips through the states are always amazing. Yeah, I love road trip. I love traveling by car more than traveling by plane, because when you're traveling by car, when you're driving, you are in control, right? So as you're driving, you can stop, and our country is so beautiful. So when you're traveling long distance, you can stop, maybe stop at a small town, go to a nice family restaurant, enjoy a nice meal, and be back on the road again. Then stop again at a nice cafe, have coffee, have tea, whatever your favorite beverage is. Then start driving again. Then again, maybe if you're going really long distance and you need to stop for a night, stop somewhere, stay at a hotel, and then continue your travel. So I just love road trip, rather than sitting in a plane and just I mean, it's okay, but I think road trips are when you really get to experience the beauty of our country. So, the two road trips I made before COVID, to Nashville, which, was, I mean, it's relatively shorter because if you start from Madison in the morning, then, depending on how long you stop, how many stops you make on the way, you can be in Nashville before evening, by evening. Dallas was a longer trip, so what we did was, when we made that road trip, started in Madison early in the morning, and then we stopped at Wichita, Kansas for one night, and then started driving again the next morning. And from Wichita, Kansas, we went to Dallas, Texas. So, yeah, I just love road trips. So if you have road trip suggestions, okay, please let me know. Casey writes, "You've been to Cali?" Yes, I've been to California. That was in 2007, so it has been many years. Many years, California. I've been to California, but it's been many years. So I was in Southern California many, many years ago. Let's see. Pablo writes, "How many hours from Wisconsin to Dallas?" Pablo, I can look it up on Google Map and give you the exact number of hours. But if you ask me, I made lots of stops. I stopped for lunch. I actually stopped for breakfast. So when we started from Madison, it was before breakfast time. We actually stopped, an hour and a half into the trip. We stopped for breakfast. Then we stopped again for lunch. Then we stopped again for coffee. Then we stopped again for dinner. So, and then we got to Wichita, and we stopped there for a night, and then started again the next day. So it was not a continuous drive because we made so many stops, and depending on the length of each stop you make, it takes you longer. So I can't give you the exact number of hours, but hold on, I'm gonna look it up. So if you start from Madison, Wisconsin, and let's say you're just going to Dallas, Texas, straight. So from Madison, Wisconsin to Dallas, Texas, it is going to take you almost 15 hours and 30 minutes. 15 hours and 30 minutes. And then you add all the stops that you make. So like give or take 16 hours if you go straight. Obviously, it depends on if you're going to drive through St. Louis or Kansas City. So it depends on the route. It depends on road construction and how many stops you make. Anyway, let's see. Okay. I'm going to catch up with the comments. I've been talking a lot, so let me see the comments. All right. So Vin really likes my suit. Vin, thank you so much. Yeah, I love the suit. I'm glad you like it too. Okay. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Mellow Bird is writing, "I consider myself to be a Jeffersonian constitutionalist. Can you elaborate on your basic political views?" So Mellow Bird, I'm a conservative. I'm a Republican. I love my constitutional rights. I believe in freedom of speech. I love the Second Amendment. Second Amendment. Who is a strong Second Amendment American here? Do you love the Second Amendment? Write it in the chat window. Love Second Amendment. All right. And I believe in limited government. I am against things like single payer healthcare. Okay. So Mellow Bird, you've asked me about my political views. What I would, it's hard for me to give you a more complete picture in this live stream, but what I would really encourage you to do is to check out my published opinions. I have written many letters to editors and op-eds, and on my website, I maintain a list of all the published opinions. So my writings have appeared in USA Today, Boston Globe, the Washington Examiner, Washington Times, Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, Wisconsin State Journal, the Western Journal, Chicago Tribune, the Philadelphia Inquirer, New York Post, New York Daily News. So I'm going to share with you a link to that. And I think if you read my writings, you will get a sense of where I stand on issues, okay? So I believe in limited government, right? I oppose big government programs. And so, things like single payer healthcare, because I'm a healthcare policy analyst, so that's the first example that comes to mind. Democrats, they want more government control when it comes to healthcare. I oppose that. Okay, I believe in the power of the market. All right, I don't want single payer healthcare. I believe in lower taxes. Okay, I don't like taxes going up. In many communities across the country, we're now seeing property taxes going up. And also, I know if Kamala Harris is elected, she is going to raise taxes. Definitely, Democrats love taking more money out of our paychecks. I oppose that, okay? I want people to keep more of their money, more of their hard-earned money, okay? And so I want lower taxes, not more taxes. I believe in freedom when it comes to education. I think parents should be able to, send their kids to schools where the kids will receive better education. So I believe in school choice, okay? Choice when it comes to education. I know the Democrats are big about the Democrats and the teachers unions are just, best buddies, right? So the Democrats are always looking at putting more money in the public schools. Now, I support public school education, absolutely. There's great public schools, but if a public school is failing, there must be accountability. What's going on? There must be transparency. And if a public school is failing, then the parents should have the option to send their kids to a school where they will receive the education that they deserve. So, if a school is failing, the solution is not to put more money into a failing school. Identify the source of the problem and fix it. And while you're doing that, give the parents the choice to send their kids to a school where they will receive better education. So I believe in school choice. And, I don't like the government imposing their decisions on the people. So, for example, if we look at transportation, if we look at, the market for vehicles, we see how the Democrats, they're trying to push people towards electric vehicles, right? Through incentives and so on and so forth. And the Democrats are speaking against gas-driven vehicles. They are imposing tougher and tougher regulations on gas-powered vehicles, right? And they are pushing people towards electric vehicles. Now, I have no problem with electric vehicles. I think there are some great electric vehicles, but what I don't want is the government promoting one type of product over another, okay? The people should be able to make the decision what kind of vehicle they want, right? I mean, I drive gas-powered vehicles. Previously, I drove a hybrid vehicle. I had a hybrid vehicle for years. I have, maybe someday I'll buy an electric vehicle. I don't have any problem with that. But I don't want the government dictating what kind of vehicle I should drive. It should be my decision. All right. So whether I buy a sports car or a sedan, with seats for 4 or 5 passengers, whether I buy a large SUV that can fit 8 people, whether I buy an electric vehicle, whether I buy a hybrid, it should be my decision. I know my lifestyle. I know the kind of driving I do. I know how I'm going to use my vehicle. If I'm going to be hauling stuff, if I'm going to be, needing more space for more cargo, or do I need a small car, an efficient car that I can easily park in a crowded city? I know my lifestyle. I'm going to make that decision. I don't want the government pushing people towards electric vehicles and imposing tougher and tougher regulations on gas-powered vehicles. All right, I don't like that. And also the same for appliances. We see how the Democrats, they favor electric appliances, and they are trying to get rid of gas appliances. That is wrong. So I believe in freedom. I believe in the consumer market. People should be able to decide what kind of products, what kind of services they want. Okay, so I believe in freedom, my friends. And I believe in medical freedom also. Like I said earlier, no one should be forced to get the COVID vaccine. Okay, if you want the COVID vaccine, go right ahead. Go get the COVID vaccine. If you don't want the COVID vaccine, the government should not force you to get the COVID vaccine. So I believe in medical freedom also. So I just gave you an overview of some of my policy preferences and positions. Okay, a little bit about my political ideology, and I can go in details, but perhaps not today because I have some other things that I need to cover. Okay, let's see. All right, my friends, let's see. Give me 1 second. I have some very important things to discuss, so don't go anywhere. By the way, so far tonight, more than 7,900 people have tuned in for this live stream. Right now, 96 people are watching, but over the course of the last 1 hour and 42 minutes, more than 7,900 people have tuned in. So thank you so much to all those who came, to all those who watched. I still have more to share, so don't go anywhere. I was just answering a question and I shared a lot of other information, but now I'm going to go back to what I was originally saying. I am very happy that Donald Trump did a rally in New York. And Donald Trump made a very bold prediction about the 2024 presidential election. He said, we are going to win New York. It's a really bold prediction. Obviously, winning New York is not going to be easy, but it's not impossible. It is possible for Trump to win in New York. If Trump believes that he can win in New York, perhaps it is possible. My friends, understand one thing. Each day, each hour is valuable between now and November. This is the campaign season, and Trump has to make the right decision every day about where he's going to be, what audience he's going to speak to, what event he's going to attend, where will he be holding a rally, which state, which city, where is he going to spend his time campaigning, where is he going to invest his time and energy. Those are all very important decisions. Each and every day between now and November 5th is very important for Donald Trump. And we know that there are the battleground states where the presidential candidates must spend a lot of their time. Like Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Arizona, and now North Carolina. So these are the states where the presidential candidates will probably be spending a lot of their time, Democrat and Republican both. So why did Trump hold such a massive rally in a blue state like New York, rather than spending his time rallying in, Georgia or Michigan, why did he take time out of his schedule to go to New York and to do such a big rally in New York? There's a reason why he's doing it. He really believes that he can win in New York. And I would say, it is possible. It is possible. It might sound unlikely because people know that New York is a blue state. But, everything's possible. Everything's possible. Hillary Clinton thought in 2016, that she is going to win Wisconsin. Didn't spend time campaigning here. But Donald Trump came to Wisconsin. He spent time in Wisconsin, and he won Wisconsin in 2016. So it is possible. It was a shock for Hillary, but that tells you that, what people think is impossible can happen. So the fact that Trump spent a lot of time in New York campaigning, doing a rally, I think he really believes that he can win New York, and I think it is possible. It is possible. And there's one other thing that I want to mention. Donald Trump, and this is just my observation, my analysis, so you may agree, you may disagree, but let me tell you what I think. Trump likes to do things that would get him the most media attention. I think Trump likes to do things that would get him the most media attention. And so, when a Republican presidential candidate does a rally in New York, that definitely draws media attention. That is definitely going to be a much bigger news than, the same Republican spending an afternoon or an evening doing a rally in a battleground state. Obviously, those are important. Whenever a Republican candidate is visiting a battleground state, doing a rally, a meeting with supporters, that is covered by the media. But when a Republican presidential candidate has a rally in a state like New York, in a blue state like New York, that's when people pay real attention. That's when the media really focuses on that event. Because people then ask questions like, why is Trump spending so much time in New York? And this is not the first time. Like I said, Trump did a rally in New York back in May in South Bronx. And now in September, he's back in New York again doing a rally. He held a rally on Long Island. So the media, that draws the media's attention, and that gives more media coverage to the Trump campaign. So that's a good thing. So I think the New York rally got Trump much more intense media attention than what he would have gotten if he spent his day in Michigan. By the way, he needs to spend time in Michigan. I would say that, but doing a rally in New York, that really surprised a lot of people. And also doing it for the second time, because back in May, like I said, he was in New York. And now he was there for the second time doing a rally. So it's a smart move. But more important than that, I really believe that Trump thinks, and he really believes, that he can win New York. It is his home state. New York is his home state. Now, he's a resident of Florida. We understand that. But New York is where Donald Trump is from. That's where he built his business empire. That's where he built his business. That's where he lived for so many years. That's where he grew up, in New York. So it is his home. He's a Florida resident now. I get that. But New York is his real home. So there's probably tremendous emotional attachment. Trump has tremendous emotional attachment with New York. And so maybe that's also something that drove him to New York to do a rally there. So, I hope Trump wins New York. I think it is possible. He can win New York, especially after all the problems that the New Yorkers faced in the last, 3.5 to 4 years, with the influx of migrants, with the growing lawlessness, with all the crime, with all the financial problems in the city and in the state, I think the New Yorkers are really looking for new leadership. Okay? And they know what Trump's leadership is like because Trump was in office for 4 years. But what I mean by new leadership is like, I think there's going to be a gradual shift in New York. I think there's a real chance that Trump will win New York in November 2024. But I think also in the not so distant future, I think New York will have a Republican governor again. And I think the New York City may also in the near future have a Republican mayor. I think the New Yorkers are sick and tired of the Democrats, the far left Democrats, and the damage that they have done to New York City and New York State. So I think that I am very hopeful that New York City will soon have a Republican mayor, and I think New York State will soon have a Republican governor. I think it is possible. I think it is possible. So my friends, wow, we're getting close to 2 hours. It's amazing. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so. I would appreciate that very, very much. My friends, I'm a strong Trump supporter, so I'm going to write again Trump 2024. If you support Trump, if you want to see Trump in the White House, if you want to vote for Trump, please write Trump 2024. My friends, write Trump 2024. A viewer writes Trump 2024. Thank you so much. Let's see more viewers. Mega writes Trump 2024. Dark Noble Sun writes Trump 2024. Thank you so much. Krunal is supporting Trump. Krunal writes, not from USA. Okay, so Krunal, you're not from USA, but you still like Trump. Great, wonderful. Let's see. Maga supports Trump. Barbecue Pitmaster supports Trump. Sassy supports Trump. Thank you so much. Vern supports Trump. Michael Brown, Trump 2024. Tori writes Trump 2024. Awesome. Thank you. Gerlina writes Trump is the clear winner. Dark Noble Sun writes, Tossif, sir, I respect you for your character. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. Susan Parker writes Trump 2024. Fusion Flix writes Tossif Anam 2024. Thank you so much, Fusion Flix. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for all your love and support and the encouragement that I get from you all. Thank you. All right. My friends, thank you so much. It's just been amazing doing this live stream. 1 hour, 53 minutes. Time goes by so fast. I still have the poll question. Do you want to see Donald Trump back in the White House as the Commander-in-Chief of USA? 483 votes in so far. There's still time to vote. I'm not ending the live chat yet. I'm not ending the poll yet. I will do that in a couple of minutes, but it's still on. If you have not voted yet, please do so. Please vote, my friends. And so far, I have 86 likes for this video. Can I get 14 more likes so it's 100? Can I get 14 more likes, my friends? So many of you are watching. Can I get 14 more likes? 87 now. I need 13 more likes. Please help me get to 100. I would appreciate that. Thanks for supporting this channel. You know what happens when you like this video? It helps me reach a greater audience. It helps me reach more people. Because the more you like the video, the more this video is going to be placed in front of new viewers. And so I can spread my message of truth, the facts, my message of peace, prosperity, and freedom to more people. 90 likes. Wow. Awesome. Let's get 10 more. Let's reach 100. Let's make it a century. Um, and I would appreciate it. It's going to be a nice century. Let's get 10 more likes. Thank you so much, my friends. I have lots of other things to discuss in future live streams. As I mentioned, I will be doing an analysis of the electoral map that's coming up soon. I have not decided what day it'll be, but sometime in the next week or two, maybe sometimes in the next week. I want to do a live stream to discuss the 2016 Electoral College map and the 2020 Electoral College map. And then I will try to make some predictions about the 2024 Electoral College map. So I'll sit with the map, I'll go state by state, maybe not each and every state, but because we know some of the states that are going to be solid blue and solid red. So keeping those aside, we will be talking about the states that are battleground states, the states that are maybe not guaranteed blue, guaranteed red, but leaning blue, toss-up states. I'll talk about those states also. And then together we are going to try to come up with a number, like how many electoral college votes will Donald Trump get, how many electoral college votes will Kamala Harris get. We'll try to make those predictions, and hopefully Donald Trump's number will be more than 300. That's what I'm hoping for. How much above 300 we'll have to try to figure out. And it'll be like an exercise. Obviously, there are no guarantees, but we will try to make educated guesses. All right, we'll try to guess and see, what makes sense. We will look at the polls. Although I understand not all polls are accurate, polls may be wrong, but we'll still take a look at the polls and see where the trends are going. And then we will try to make determinations about what states Trump will win, what states Kamala will win, and what the final numbers for the Electoral College votes may look like. So 92 likes already, my friends. Can I get 8 more likes? Do you think it's possible? You think it's possible? Can I see that number going up? Susan is writing, Tausif is a naturalized citizen. Yes, I am. I'm a proud naturalized U.S. citizen. I'm proud to be an American. I'm proud to be a U.S. citizen. I love this country. I love the United States of America. I came here in 2007 as a legal immigrant. I came here legally. Then I became a naturalized U.S. citizen in 2014. And I'm a proud American, my friends. I love my country. I love the United States of America. And I love my fellow Americans. I'm a freedom-loving American. And this country embraced me. This country embraced me when I came here legally. So I support legal immigration. I oppose illegal immigration. I want border security. I want to see a secure southern border. And that's why I'm going to be voting for Donald Trump in November 2024, so that Trump can be the new president again. Obviously, he was the president, and he is going to be the president again. I'm hoping and praying for that. And when he becomes president again, he can work on securing the southern border and enforcing our nation's immigration laws. My friends, 94 likes. Thank you so very much. We're just seconds away from the 2-hour time mark. Can I get 6 more likes? Are there 6 more viewers out there who will help me get to 100? If not, that's okay. 94 is a good number. Thank you so much. All right. Okay, so I am going to end the poll, not the live chat. So don't go anywhere. I will end the poll and I will report the results to you, okay? And then we can wrap up the live stream. So if you have not voted yet in the poll, please do so. Please vote, my friends. Please vote. You still have time. Anyone who has not voted yet in the poll? The question is, do you want to see Donald Trump back in the White House as the commander-in-chief of USA? If you have not voted yet, please do. 529 votes already in. We can get a few more. A few more votes. You think it's possible? Vin writes, blessings to the chat. Thank you so much, Vin. My friends, I appreciate each and every one of you for all your support. Thank you. Thank you so much. 96 likes. All right. Let's keep the poll open for a little longer. Let's see. Samuel writes, where are you from? Samuel, I'm originally from Bangladesh, which is a country in South Asia. I came to the United States as a legal immigrant, and I became a naturalized U.S. citizen. All right. Let me see some more comments here. Vaughn writes, natives for Trump. Okay. Rooster writes, when you going back? Rooster, that's not a kind question, Rooster. This is my country. The United States of America is my country. And you're asking me when you going back? That is not nice, Rooster. That is not nice. This is my country, the United States of America. This is where I live. This is my country. This is where I'm going to stay. And you're asking me when you're going back? I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right here, my friends. I'm staying right here on this beautiful land that we call our home, the United States of America. This is the greatest country in the world. So you asking me when you going back? I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I am right here in the greatest country in the world, the United States of America. That's not a nice question, Rooster. I hope you understand that. I mean, does your question bother me? It does not. Because I've seen lots of similar questions and comments previously. I'm not going anywhere. I'm a U.S. citizen. So you have to understand what U.S. citizen means. U.S. citizen means citizen of the United States of America. So I'm not going anywhere. This is my country. This is where I'm staying, right here. Arlene writes, God bless and welcome, USA. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Sassy writes, welcome to America. Thank you. Jason writes, the man is American. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let's see. I'm reading your comments. Thank you for all your support. Thank you so much. All right. Wow, 97 likes. I just need 3 more to get to 100. Is it still possible? We're past the 2-hour time mark. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe we won't get to 100, but maybe we will. Who knows, right? 98. I need 2 more. 2 more likes. Who's going to give me 2 more likes? Let's get to 100. Can we? 103. Awesome. We went from 98 to 103. Thank you, my friends. Thank you, my friends. I have been doing live streams every day. Every day I've been doing live streams. Every day. Terry writes, Tosif, I got to get some sleep. See you next time. Terry, thank you for staying the whole time. I'm going to wrap up this live stream here too. So Terry, thank you for tuning in. My friend Terry from South Dakota. So 108 likes now. Wow, this is awesome. So my friends, every day I do these live streams. You know why? Because I want to stay connected with you all. I feel like I'm hanging out with my friends. I really am. I feel like we are part of a community of freedom loving Americans. And when I come here, when I start the live stream, it's hard for me to keep track of time. It just time flies so fast. Here we are, 2 hours and 5 minutes later, and I'm still speaking, and I don't feel like leaving. It's like, of course, I'll end the live stream here soon because I also have to go get some sleep, but I feel so connected to all of you. We're all in different parts of the country, right? Viewers from Ohio and Kentucky and California, Florida, Texas, New York, so many different places. Viewers from all over the country are tuning in, but we have something in common. You know what we have in common? We love the United States of America. We want to see our country safe again, strong again, healthy again, wealthy again, and great again. So we have that in common. We love our country. We are freedom-loving Americans. We love our constitutional rights. And we care about our country. We care about the future of our country. And so no matter where we are, we're all spread all over. We're tuning in from different parts of the country, right? All over the country. But we have something in common that binds us together. And that is our patriotism. We are patriots. We love our country, and that's why we're here. And every night I'm doing these live streams, and you're all tuning in, and you're sharing your thoughts, you're asking questions, you're commenting, and I'm here reading your comments, I'm answering your questions, I'm learning from you, and I'm sharing information with you. We're having this dialogue, and that's what makes this country great, our freedom of speech. My friends, we have to protect our freedom. We have to continue to protect our country. And so thank you all for being here. Thank you for supporting my channel. Thank you for giving me encouragement to continue speaking up and to continue sharing the facts. And I will continue doing that, I promise. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for supporting. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. I'm trying to reach more people. So if you have a friend, a neighbor, or a family member, a relative, share information about my channel with someone from your family or from your neighborhood. Help me reach more people. Send a link to my video to a friend, or share a link of this video on Twitter. Now it's called X, or on Facebook or Truth Social. Share video links. Share a link to my video on your social media, so that my videos can reach more people, so that I can connect with more people, so that I can spread my message of peace, freedom, and prosperity, my friends. And let's remember, November 2024, it's going to be the most important election of our lifetime, the presidential election. We have to elect Donald Trump, and not only elect Donald Trump, we also have to vote for Republican Senate candidates, so that we can win races and we can regain the majority in the US Senate. We also have to support our Republican candidates for House of Representatives, so that we can grow the size of the majority in the US House of Representatives. So vote for your Republican candidates up and down the ballot. Support Republican candidates. Let's grow the size of our majority in the US House of Representatives. Let's regain the majority in the US Senate, and let's elect Donald Trump, so that Donald Trump can be back again in the White House as the Commander-in-Chief of the United States of America. So my friend, I'm going to conclude the polls and report the results to you. So just give me 1 second here. The question that I asked is, Do you want to see Donald Trump back in the White House as the commander-in-chief of USA, right? So the options are yes and no. So I'm going to report the results now. 618 votes in. 618 votes in. And let's see the results. 618 votes in. 70% said yes, and 29% said no. So out of 618 people who responded to my poll tonight, or I should say this morning, it's already morning because we're well past midnight, 70% said yes. Yes meaning 70% of the people said they want to see Donald Trump back in the White House as the commander-in-chief of the United States of America. 70%. So overwhelmingly, people want to see Donald Trump back in the White House as the commander-in-chief. 70%. And 29% said no. So overwhelmingly, Trump won tonight, according to my poll. So thank you so very much, my friends. I'm going to conclude this live stream now. I will be back again. So stay connected with me. I thank each and every one of you. You are all wonderful, freedom-loving Americans. We are all patriots, my friends. We are all patriots. So you're my wonderful friends. Thank you for staying connected. And I hope you'll be back again because I'll be doing more live streams. So thank you. Have a wonderful night and see you soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.